Hi guys, welcome back to my golf journey with me, Luke. I'm just about to head out to the range for a quick practice session after work. But before I went, I want to take a few minutes just to run through what's in my bag, the kit that I'm starting off again with, really, and what I've bought over the last sort of few months, and kind of how much it costs to give you an idea that it doesn't have to cost a fortune to get into golf. So to start off with, a few months back, I went onto the Facebook Marketplace, which is where I buy a lot of the sort of pre-owned equipment from. Found a pretty good deal, to be fair, on a bag with a full set of clubs. It had a full set of irons, 3 to sand wedge. It had a couple of old beat up drivers in there as well, and that was it. But you know, the guy wanted 20 quid for it, so it was cheap. It was easy to get hold of. It's a couple of miles down the road, so I picked that up. So basically, what was in that was this set of pin seeker irons. I mean, you can see from these that they're very much sort of a muscle back club, not really very oversized as well. So probably not the best sort of club for your beginner. Obviously, I got previous playing history up to a good level, but hadn't really swung a club properly in a number of years. So I was struggling with these, in all fairness. And the other problem with them was, I mean, they're a little bit beat up. You know, you can see that the hossel's coming away on this one. The grips as well weren't the best. They were kind of glazed over. So what I was finding was, mainly out on the course, was that through impact, the club was turning in my hands, and it was allowing the face to go wide open and just send the ball off, you know, with a slice, even with things like a 7 or an 8 iron. So they were really affecting my game. So I just happened to call into American Golf one day after work, and just was having a quick browse of what they had in stock pre-owned wise. And again, I found a really decent sort of premium set of clubs, just an iron set. And it was these TaylorMade Burners 2.0. Absolutely fantastic clubs. As far as a game improvement iron goes, thoroughly recommend them. You can see, I mean, it's obviously fairly more oversized. It's much more of a cavity back, which, you know, if you are a beginner, I would absolutely recommend the cavity back. It's going to help you get the club down the right swing plane, and you can see, especially with these, the weight's low and back, so they're a lot more forgiving, even when you do kind of miss hit it and don't strike it out the centre of the face. And again, you know, the grips were absolutely fantastic, and this entire set, which was 4 down to sand wedge, was £107. So real bargain, to be fair, especially for TaylorMade gear that was in all fairness, absolutely fantastic condition. I mean, that's the 5 iron. Granted, the longer irons aren't going to have been hit as much, but really, really good condition considering that they were a used set of clubs. And again, no issues with grips, hosels, anything like that. And they've pretty much just got the standard TaylorMade burner, regular flex shafting and steel shafted irons, but a really good set of clubs for what I paid for them. I mean, so you can see already that to get me up and down the course so far, you know, it's only really cost me £125-ish, in that sort of ballpark. And that's got me a bag, that's a set of irons. I did go back onto the Facebook Marketplace as I needed a fairway wood, and again got myself this TaylorMade RBZ 3 wood. Really, really great 3 wood. The condition it's in, again, absolutely fantastic condition. Certainly been well looked after, and that was £30. So you know, you can see a fairway wood that would have been the best part of a couple of £100 when it was new. £30, and it performs brilliantly. You know, it means I can really get the ball as far as I need to when I'm in the fairway, and you know, sort of a fair distance from the green. So when I'm in the fairway, it's not all that often anymore that I actually am. And then again, went back onto the Facebook Marketplace, as I'm always browsing. Picked up one of the original TaylorMade Rescue Mids. The reason I opted for this one was because back when I was playing, these were quite a new club, and I absolutely loved them. I had one in my bag back then, and it was fantastic. Can hit out of anything with it, and that was a tenner. Again, you know, regular standard shaft in it, TaylorMade regular flex, graphite shafted, absolutely brilliant. Grip's fantastic as well. Original TaylorMade grip on there. I don't think it's really been hit very much at all. So it gives you an idea of the kind of money that you can pick a set of clubs up for that's going to get you up and down the course. You know, you don't have to spend thousands on your first set, or buy ridiculously priced irons or putters or anything like that. I mean, onto the putter subject. The putter that I'm actually using, because I haven't found a better one yet that sort of fits me, that I'm happy to use, is just the standard pin seeker one that came in that set. It's not brilliant, but what it does is it gets the ball rolling across the green into the hole. I prefer, you know, until I can get a putter fitted to me, I would prefer to really more practice on technique than go out and buy a ridiculously overpriced Scotty Cameron or something like that, and it just do no better than this current one, you know, that in real terms was probably only about £1 worth of putter with what I paid for the original set. So on that note, it's, you know, it's a no-brainer if you can get clubs at the right price to get you up and down the course that aren't going to cost a fortune. It doesn't have to cost you a fortune to get started in the sport. I would prefer, when getting started, to buy a cheaper set of clubs like this that are good enough to get me up and down, that are forgiving enough to help my game. But I would prefer to spend the extra money that I would have spent on the clubs on actually playing out on the course and playing different courses, because ultimately that's what's going to get the shots off your handicap. Obviously, it helps if, you know, you've got a set of clubs that feel good for you and they fit you in that respect, because something that doesn't feel right is going to change your swing, it's going to change your game, and you're not going to play as well. So even if it is a used set, you know, have a couple of swings with it first. You can't necessarily always hit a ball, especially when you sort of go around to somebody's house to buy them. But swing the club a few times, see how it feels, see, you know, if it feels a bit stiff, if it doesn't feel like it's going to be for you, then walk away and have a look at another set. But what I'm saying is, for really not a lot of money at all, you can get enough stuff to get you up and down the course. As I say, I'm up to about 160 quid so far. That's including my bag, the set of clubs. My golf towel is a microfiber towel that basically I've put a keyring through and attached to it, because at this point I didn't really see much point in spending £10 on a towel that's going to do the same job as what the microfiber towel that I have 10 or 20 of in a pack at a time will do. And I also picked up an umbrella from Sports Direct, which was £4, absolute bargain, really, really cheap, and, you know, it keeps us out of the rain. Probably not going to last in you know, like a hurricane force wind, but then most of them won't anyway. But I'll just give you a quick view of the bag before I head down to the range, and you can just sort of see exactly what it was that I picked up. Anyway, thanks for listening again, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.